I'm sorry. I started laughing at the beginning. I started laughing at. Hey, there's my missing notebook. Give me 1 second. I started laughing at the beginning of the video. I don't know why. I started laughing at the beginning of the video because this is my study book with all of the Cyrillic alphabet stuff, right? I finally found my Cyrillic alphabet studies. I've been looking for this forever. Holy crap. I always thought it was in this notebook, but it was in this one. Wow. Mr. J has too many notebooks. It's because I have a bad memory. I have to write stuff down. No, I was laughing because you guys have been wanting me to watch this. I know this song. It's Sky of the Slav, but you wanted me to watch the original, and I laughed because when I opened the tab, it was like this video is like almost 20 years old. So I'm guessing, what the heck? I need to clean whatever this is up. It's like a book, another notebook. Oh, you can't see it. Another notebook, a giant book. It's an anatomy. It's an anatomy book. You know, like I was a medic, so I have a lot of books with anatomy stuff in it. This is a camera bag. What is in this? There's not even a camera in here. There's like a very expensive lens and my speed light, which obviously hasn't been used because it has all this dust on it everywhere. Don't worry, I'll get to the video in 1 second. I just like ran over a whole bunch of stuff with my, what is this hooked to? I like the wheels on my chairs like ran over a bunch of stuff. And so I'm trying to see, and now everything's stuck underneath here. I think Mrs. B must have got into some stuff because I don't know how all this stuff got pulled out. Actually, these I want to throw over here because these I can use. 1 second. I'm so sorry. It's like, it looks like the band is called AlisA. AlisA. And apparently AlisA is, I'm so dumb. I was over here reading the Russian over here, right? And it says AlisA right here, so I'm an idiot. I don't know, I like reading Russian. But apparently, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is, like I said, this is like 20 years old. This is the original, right? If I'm not mistaken. Is this why you guys sent me this link? It starts right away, I like that. What is he wearing? Oh, it was 20 years ago, so never mind. Oh, wow.
Покровом небес мы родились. С лета леня лежит мороз, гонит добычу весь день, но стужу держат в узде деревень. Mamila cukrowa purga, a dok śpiewa zubaj ziemyskie. W okajomie śniegów wyroсли my. Nas toczy cena orly, nas kino firmowa surman. No, w naszych denach kiedy nieba Славян.
So it's very different from Shaman and Daria. I think she goes by Dasha now that she's older, but Daria and Daria sounds like Kazuya doing Daria. And you guys won't even understand that reference because that's a nerd reference. But it's so Yaroslav and Dasha, they sing it in a higher key, whereas AlisA sings it in a very low key. But it's very good because it really shows how much the song has transformed over the past 20 years, which is awesome. And I just want to say, if the subtitles aren't working, come back and they'll be... It sometimes takes a couple hours for them to do the subtitles. I always have a hard time with that MBI, that mui, or no, it's like, well, it's like ti, but it's like mui, right? It's hard to say. That's all I'm saying. I just got a notification that Joker has more videos out from Yaroslav's concerts. So I'll have to check on this.
За бугром куют топоры, буйные головы сечь. Но и народ сам кольчугой звенит русская речь. И от Перелеска до звезд высится белая рать. Здесь, на родной стороне, нам поверять. Нас точит сено орды, нас гнет ермо басурман. Но в наших венах кипит небо славян. И от чудских берегов до ледяной Колымы все это наша земля, все это мы.
Oh, I said it there, so okay, so I said it there. Maybe I just think about it too much. Yeah, see, I can say it when I'm not thinking about it, but when I'm thinking about it, I can't say it.
Нас точит семя орды, нас гнет ермо басурман. Но в наших венах кипит небо славян. И от чудских берегов до ледяной Колымы все это наша земля, все это мы.
So this song, I paused it right away because I wanted to make a point of what I watched in this video. Obviously, I've heard the song 100 times because I've heard it from Dasha, from AlisA, from Yaroslav, probably a few more. Oh, Diana Kodinova actually did Sky of the Slavs. But the imagery in this video really brings the song to life. Even though this is like a 20-year-old video, right? The imagery in the video really makes, if you know the history of the Eastern European when it comes to, there are certain things I can't say on the internet so I have to be careful. So the Russians were fighting around around 1939, let's say. So I don't have to say the bad guys from World War II. I don't like saying. I don't like talking about. I don't like talking about Nazis. I don't even like saying the word. I don't think it's like not allowed to say because I hear people say Nazi all the time because they call like Donald Trump a Nazi all the time and stuff like that, which is ridiculous. But I love the imagery in this specific video because it really gives context if you know what you're looking at of the battle between the bad people trying to. So basically, the bad guys from World War II basically recruited a whole bunch of Ukrainians to try to attack Russia. But this was like back in WW2, back in the 30s and early 40s. 39, right? Am I wrong? Do I have that? It's very early. I want to go ride my motorcycle, so I'm like recording my videos very early. But I think it was 1939. Anyways, I think in the battle, I think over, and you can correct me in the comments, but I think you guys told me like in the battle for Russia's survival and during that time where bad stuff was happening, I think Russia lost about, I might be being hyperbolic, but I believe you guys told me over or almost 100 million. That seems high. 100 million sounds high, right? Maybe it's 10 million. Maybe I accidentally added a zero, but anyways, something like 10 million like Russians died defending their land, and they actually did win. They defeated the bad guys and kicked them back west. Well, more west. But yeah, all the imagery on here, like there's a lot of World War II stuff, like here. Like, where's the bad guys? Because it see, look at that. That literally says Adolf. That's wild. I'm gonna change it to a different frame. But yeah, all the imagery in this really puts the song in like perspective, whereas like other people don't have this kind of these kind of visuals in their videos. So in my opinion, this isn't the best sung version of the song, but in my opinion, if you're watching it for context and you watch the video, this might be my favorite because of the context it gives Sky of the Slavs, based on the fact, they were fighting for their freedom when the bad guys from WW2 came to try to attack Russia. And Russia did win. It's just I don't like talking about World War II. It was such a sad time in world history. But this is a very important video. People should see this because, like I've said a million times, people in the West, like take for example yesterday, and this will be a short story. Take for example yesterday, I was talking to my neighbor the other day. I only have like 2 neighbors, because I live in the middle of nowhere. But I was talking to my neighbor yesterday. And I got a bunch of like Telegram messages while I was like speaking to people, and I started getting all these videos of Ukrainian drones hitting high rises in Moscow, and I'm like, what is happening? And so they're like, what's wrong? And I'm like, Ukraine just sent like 300 drones over to where they're not supposed to be, and they're like, wait, what? Why don't we hear about this on the news? And I'm like, And I go, okay, let me show you what they're not going to show you on the Western news. The Western media is not going to show you this. So I opened up my phone and I showed them. I was like, look, play, explosion, scroll, play, hear the drone going into Moscow, over Moscow, whoever's recording, and then boom, big explosion, and they are just flabbergasted because the Western media, they feel betrayed by the Western media because they always, when I show people this stuff, they're like, aren't the Ukrainians supposed to be the victims in this deal? And I go, that's what the Western media is supposed to, is telling you, but look, I'm showing you right now. So I'm always helping the Russian cause, even here in the West, because I think that people here in the West need to know and understand what's really going on in order to be informed. And so I've been doing my part here in the West to let people know that Russia is not the bad guy. I don't care who disagrees with me, because that's my belief. I'm allowed to have that belief that Russia is the Russians are good people. I love you all. Люблю тебя. Anyways, I'll stop talking. But I am fighting the good fight over here and letting people in the West know, don't trust Western propaganda, because it didn't. The special military operation may have started in 2022. However, the conflict started more like in 2014, 2013, when they started oppressing the ethnic Russian speaking Ukrainians and the Donetsk and the Lubrician region. And then they formed the DPR and the LPR. I'm making a documentary on everything I'm talking about, so trust me, I know the story. I'm making a documentary for educational purposes for Western audiences to know what happened between the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991 all the way up to current, because I think it's very important for people to understand what is happening between the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991 and what happened after that, because in the Western public school system, and probably in private schools too, we stopped learning about Russia after 1991. We learn about the Cold War, we learn about the fall of the Soviet Union, and then we don't learn anything else. And I think that's on purpose. That's my opinion. I don't know, but I think that's on purpose. Anyways, I'm talking too much. I'm going to get myself in trouble if I talk too much about this. I will make an entire dedicated video to the entire history of this conflict, what happened after 1991, so people can understand that this has been an ongoing thing for a decade. Like, it has a decade, or even more than a decade, a little more than a decade, yeah. Anyways, I love you all. Spasiba for watching. I need to know how to say for watching in Russian, so I can say spasiba for watching in Russian instead of like speaking half Russian and half English. And as always, я люблю тебя. Люблю тебя, люблю тебя. Anyways, have a great day. Baka baka.